Welcome everybody for the Tuesday live training for tonight. Remember, there's Tuesday live trainings every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, unless we're doing the Portal to Enlightenment workshop. So that's just a reminder for all new people. Welcome new people to the Lightworkers and Healers Tribe, where you can find so many different videos and trainings and so much good information in order to grow and skyrocket in your dreams. So welcome everybody for tonight. Tonight we are going into Celestials on Earth inhabiting human bodies. Celestials on Earth inhabiting human bodies. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, and I'm really excited for this. We have some good information for you for tonight. And so while everybody is hopping on, if you're on right now, like the video, like the training, comment down below. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're excited. If you are watching in review, #replay. Just so I like to see who comes. I like to see, who's participating and all of that good stuff. And of course, if you have any questions throughout this Tuesday live training, I do have the messages right in front of me, so I'll try to keep an eye on that so that I can answer all of the questions that come in as we go along. If, of course, I miss your question, then I will try to go back to it after. Guys, don't forget to tag me if you have a question and you post it in to the training and I don't see it, or you're watching replay, tag me in it, let me know. There's many times where I don't actually get, and I've seen it so many times where somebody will tag me and I don't see it in my in the Facebook. Facebook has been interesting lately, let's just say that. So tag me on it, that gives me another chance to answer it. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Like if, say, there's something that hasn't been answered because maybe you tagged me and still Facebook is not showing me all the tags, feel free to reach out to me in direct message. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to assist you in this group, in the Lightworkers and Healers Tribe. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for coming for tonight. And again, let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're excited. Let me know if there's something interesting that has happened to you recently, interesting in whatever way. Maybe comment down below. Let's jump into that. Let's make this a little fun. So hi Sheena, hi Linda, hi Blanca, Dami, hello. Good, so excited to have you, all of you here, faces that I haven't maybe seen in a little bit. I'm super excited that you can join, faces that I see a lot. Welcome. Love it no matter what. Yay. Hello. Hi Melissa. Again, thank you for joining. Again, like the video. Let me know that you're here. So Lily said, feeling connected to divine light beings, definitely interesting. Oh yeah. I absolutely love that, Lily. Thank you so much and let me know if I'm saying your name correctly. Thank you so much for that. It is definitely interesting. Here's the interesting part, just because you said that and it's coming up to my head. So there's karmic people in your life where maybe that you have some soul growth lessons with them. So we may be attracted to them in a way of like, okay, you learn your lesson and once done, you can move on. You can also choose not to continue those soul growth lessons in that type of fashion, because as we're moving into, a new era, we can learn in a different way. So this is off topic. I'm not going to go into this in this moment. But I feel to say this is that in the past, we've had people, say if they have this pull towards someone who maybe doesn't feel so heart-centered, maybe it feels more like this surface pull or not so good feeling, but you're still like so drawn to them. We don't always now as we're in this new era, we don't always have to go back to that. We we can choose not to go into those karmic relationships in which it's the harder ways of growth, quote unquote harder ways of growth. If it's a heart-centered relationship, right, and you feel connected to that person, heart-centered, it feels really good. That's what we're moving into, is connecting to people in that way. So hi Jen, thank you so much for coming. Guys, that was just a little tidbit that I wanted to throw out there, because we can be, you know, connected to people that it's not so heart-centered, but we just feel this draw. We don't have to learn that way anymore. We can choose not to learn that way anymore. So always, you know, connect to your heart as much as possible. This is what I teach, and how to connect to your heart. This is what I teach. And Lilia said, wow, thank you for helping me right now. You're so very welcome. That's probably why it came up for me to explain that, because we have a choice in this, and you know that's where we're going. So listen to your heart, follow your heart with whom you connect to, with the people in your life, because that really makes a difference. It really makes a difference. Okay, so again, thank you everybody for coming. Really excited you're here. Now, what we're talking about today is number one, what is a celestial being? Okay, we all, or most of us I should say, have an idea of what a celestial being is, so that's just a little tidbit, going a little bit deeper into that, how celestial beings are assisting Earth. In this case, because we're talking about celestial beings on Earth, which are inhabiting human bodies, which is probably most of us. I'll say a lot of us. In this group right now, we're going to talk a little bit about that, and you know how we're assisting, how celestial beings are assisting in the human form, and celestial beings versus earth dwellers. Okay, we'll talk about what are earth dwellers versus celestial beings, right? So let's first talk about and hi Dia, and Jan said, yep, learning to be heart-centered is harder than it sounds at times. Yes, especially if we're plugged, like we have just so much heaviness around us, or we're surrounded by people who, you know, are still going through their stuff. They maybe don't know how to release, maybe go through some hard times, or choose hard times. We all have a choice. Choose to be stuck in the drama or whatever it is, and it is just their path. Okay. So yes, it can be harder than it is at times, but it's also depending on our path and our growth, how we learn and grow. Right? We may have the quote unquote lighter, easier teachers, which, you know, love, light, celestial beings can assist us in our growth, right? Other people, which many of them that, you know, we're calling into our tribe, are celestial beings inhabiting human bodies. And we'll talk more about that. We could have that type of, you know, the lighter love feeling of growth, but there's also that, like, quote unquote darker, what people may see as negative. I don't find negative anymore. I did. But with growth, I realized it was just part of a bigger picture, and that it's just a different way of learning, right? It's just a different way of learning. So we do have, there's a reason why, because Jan said learning can be, you know, harder than it sounds at times, is because we may be learning in different ways, and sometimes some of those ways can be a little bit on the more rougher side. But remember, it's all here for us to continue our growth as souls, right? As, you know, human beings. So, and we'll talk more about this, about celestial beings and, you know, the mission on Earth, and the self-mission as we go along in this training. Hi, Lisa. Thanks, guys, for coming. Yay. Okay, so let's first begin with celestial beings. So what does celestial mean, right? Celestial is like the stars, right? So celestial beings are beings from the stars or different planets. For example, Pleiadians are from the Pleiades, which is a star system. The Sirians are from Sirius, can't speak right now, which is a star system, right? There's different planets and different type of celestial beings. Well, today we're talking about the celestial beings inhabiting human bodies. That's many of us on this call, right? If you don't feel that you belong on Earth, okay, a big sign. And it's all talking about, you know, if you've seen the quotes of this shows that you're a star seed, right? This shows that you're not from here. So it's kind of that idea. We're not going to go deeply into that because that's posted everywhere on the internet, like signs that you're a star seed, signs that you're a celestial being, right? Inhabiting a human body. So we're going to talk about that. So celestial beings are people, or I should say beings, from different star systems, star planets. They can be from this galaxy, which is the Milky Way galaxy, or others, other galaxies. They could. Mostly the celestial beings, this is interesting, mostly the celestial beings that are assisting us right now are, the Pleiadians, Arcturians, people, Sirians, people in this galaxy, because it fits closer to home for them, right? So they're assisting us. But because we're talking about celestials on Earth, like that are inhabiting human bodies, most of us, if you don't feel like you're from here, if you feel, out of place, if you feel like it's hard to connect to the Earth, most likely you are a celestial being, which means you're coming from a different place, star system, whatever it is, or multiple. And this is, I feel like I didn't write this, but I feel like we're going to get a little bit deeper into being from multiple places, coming here to this Earth, inhabiting the human form, feeling like we don't fit in, feeling like, it may be tougher because we don't understand fully these harder qualities, the same qualities as Earth dwellers, because we aren't used to this. Maybe we're used to higher vibrational. Lily said, we are all sacred light beings. Yes. With that being said, sacred light beings, so every soul has a purpose, or purposes. Every soul has soul growth. Every soul has a meaning for their existence, okay? Sometimes we can have lifetimes where it's more just we're learning about, or we're going through certain soul growth opportunities, soul growth lessons. I don't normally use the word lessons because it could have a negative connotation. I don't use it as a negative connotation, but some people think of lessons as like, punishment or something like that. So every soul can, for instance, I've had many different lifetimes on this earth where truly I wasn't helping anybody. I was more like just learning, going through soul growth, right? I was gonna say this, but like one thing was like harming babies in Egypt. So I've had that lifetime. I've had different lifetimes on Earth. I've had many different lifetimes on different other planets. We're all souls. We're all light beings, right? It just depends on what we're bringing to this earth, and that's based on choices. That's based on choices. So I totally agree that we are all light beings. We're all the soul. We're all light. We're not positive. We're not negative. We just are, and our experiences is what we bring forth to this earth, or what we're learning for ourselves, for our own soul growth opportunity. Lisa said, my sister who passed away told me we look at the same stars, and I love she told me that. Lisa, I definitely do feel for you to go into your heart more. I know you know how to do that, and go into journal about it, and I feel like you can get even more answers with that, because I feel like that goes a little bit deeper, and it's going to come with time, with that relationship between you and your sister. And I know you'll keep in contact if need be. Yay, Ashley, I'm happy you made it. Whoop whoop. Jan said, yep, I felt drawn to two places. Yes, because the interesting part about souls is that they can experience, we can experience multiple places. So say we get, a reading, I don't even know why I did this, but say we get, we go to somebody, okay, or we get messages for ourselves, and this is like, oh, well, you're from Pleiades. Yet it could be, okay, what does that from Pleiades mean? Was that our quote unquote last life, even though lifetimes are concurrent, which makes it a little bit harder to decipher in this 3D / 5D world. It depends. It depends on the person. It depends on their soul. So say you can be from Pleiades, but you can also have, you know, lifetimes from Arcturian, be an Arcturian. I am not saying things correctly. I've had lifetimes in Godesia. I've had lifetimes in Atlantis, Sirius, like a bunch of different places. So, Jalen said, some of us have left and then come back here to help. Yeah. Many of us have, you know, had could have had multiple lifetimes on Earth, or, and have come back to help, or we're new to Earth, completely new to Earth. Maybe it's just a different experience for us. So that may make it a little bit harder. If you haven't had lifetimes on this Earth and you're coming here for the first time, that could be even a little bit harder to go into experience how this Earth is if you're used to higher vibrational dimensions, right? Higher vibrational dimensions. Like that says, angelic language, sometimes tones and pitches and light and singing and chakra activation. Yep, I absolutely love that. Lily. Awesome. Sam said, hi, Lauren. Sorry I'm late. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sam. Cool. So that's a little bit about celestial beings, and then celestial beings, right? So we talk about different types of celestial beings. Then we're talking about maybe ourselves if we're a starseed type thing. But there's also earth dwellers, and I'll explain what earth dwellers are. So it's a little bit different. So this is kind of what we're going to be talking about today, and how celestials that are in human form, most likely a lot of you, that tends to be what I attract, right? Or other star beings, so that they can really connect to their potential and their powers of what they're bringing to this earth in order to assist the healing. So most of you, because that's most of what I attract, are star beings. Because that's what I'm here to teach. So yeah, you know, celestial beings can be of different dimensions too. So say if you're coming from Pleiades, you would be used to a higher vibrational place, a different dimension in itself. Okay, so let's look at, you know, celestial beings. It's basically, and I kind of said this already, are incarnated starseeds, right? Celestial beings that are inhabiting a human form are technically incarnated starseeds. These are all different terminologies for it. That's not something the term I necessarily use all the time, but that's giving an idea of what I'm talking about right now. So many celestial beings, starseeds, have come to assist this earth. And a lot of us know this, right? This is common, or becoming really common knowledge, whether you're learning this right now, whether you've learned it already, that a lot of us are here to assist the world in these energetic shifts and this dimensional change, if you're familiar with, you know, that. Whatever you're guided to, whatever feels right for you. So, the reason why I am bringing this up right now is because we are also going to be, you know, how light workers, star seeds, celestial beings in human form, all the same thing, kind of. Light workers can include earth dwellers. I'll explain that. That's what we're going to be going into today. So before this, Michelle said, do you do Akashic Record readings for others? I know you can, but I'm not sure if you offer it. I have not been and am not called to do one-on-one readings anymore. However, I could make exceptions if I'm guided to, only if my heart says to. But in the Lightworkers Acceleration Program, I teach people how to, which is actually something that they're going to be learning this week, is how to access the Akashic Records. So to answer your question, do I offer it? Yes, but that's in the Lightworkers Acceleration Program, where you learn how to access the Akashic Records yourself. And I know that's been on your mind a lot lately, Michelle. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. And the Akashic Records, so the reason why I do feel that she is bringing this up, and correct me if I'm wrong, Michelle, is that the Akashic Records is one way, it's one source of seeing where different places you're from. If that's of your highest benefit to know. Different places, you know, and also what, like, the Akashic Records can literally tell you anything that you're guided to know, because it is basically like if you're not unsure of what the Akashic Records are, it's almost like this library of your entire soul's being, the library of like all the information, concurrent lifetimes, all of that. So what you receive in the Akashic Records is what's of your highest benefit to know when accessing the Akashic Records. Awesome. So let's now talk about, this one's interesting. This is for a few people in this group, so it's something that can be interesting for you, but if it's not something you're guided to, or you don't know necessarily how to do this just yet, but you're interested, it could be something to play around with. Is looking at people. This is fun. Looking at people and seeing like where they're from. And like I said, this is for a few of you in here for right now. But you can look at someone, like I would see this, for example, I went to a hot springs one time, and I saw this little like 7-year-old girl swimming, and when I say where they're from, like I said, they could have multiple lifetimes, but the one that's really showing up in this lifetime, I saw qualities on the 7-year-old girl of her being from I think I remember Lemuria. She was really dolphin-like. Just the way her body was, the way she was swimming, like everything about it was really Lemurian. Although Lemuria was on this earth, but a different kind of, in a way, dimension. Just it was part of the transition of the earth. Asha said, I've always hear you talk about your program, but not what's taught level. I was wondering if you taught that. That's what I was guided to learn. Yes, that is something that is time to put into the program, and so it is. It's happening this week. Lily said, I can see your wings, huge golden wings. Thank you for being here. Lily, thank you so much. Absolutely love that. And Lily, if it's fun for you, I do feel, and you can see how this feels in your heart, that you can look at people and get an idea of what they're bringing to the table. And again, this is for fun, unless there's something bigger. Ooh, this is important. And this is for the people who have this ability and or coming into this ability, as in it's going to be unlocked, is that you can look at people, see where they're from. But the reason why this can come up is because you can assist these people in bringing up their gifts from this place. And this can be for some people in here. So say if I see that 7-year-old Lemurian girl, or I see somebody else and I know how they work because of where they're coming from, I can help relate and help bring out their gifts in that way. Okay? Because a lot of us celestial starseeds, celestial beings in human form, whatever you want to call it, are here to bring those gifts from higher dimensions to this earth, to help this earth and help raise the vibration of it, right? Help the shift into the 5D, or however you see it, whatever works with you. Sheena said it's going to be a fun week. Yes, Sheena. That's the activation for the Akashic Records this week, and then next week I believe is going to be the Akashic Record going deeper into it. Jan Cook says, is that why you feel drawn to certain people and click with them on different levels? I don't mean soulmate or twin flame. Yes, in a way. So we have the there's the soul family, soul friends, right? So they're soulmates and twin souls, all of that. Then there's soul family, soul friends, and we tend to migrate and connect with people that are soul family, soul friends in some form of soul lineage. So yes, we have connected with them in many different lifetimes. Most likely we have. Like, we're drawn and connected to each other, and we tend to always find them and always, So my mom, my dad, and my sister, I've had many lifetimes with them. Many lifetimes. They're my soul family. Like, I know this for a fact, and I've had many lifetimes with them. Different, all learning that I've seen, but yeah. Yeah, so that's, you can have that also being drawn to different people because they're part of your soul family, friends, or soul connection, that soul ancestry, whatever you want to call it. And maybe you've had different lifetimes, so maybe you connect on different lifetimes too. I have a friend who, I know she's part of my soul family, but we really connect with one. We were on one planet together. She was my brother. I was Zaloria. She was Jadu. That's how you say it. It was like XDU or something. So those are just different. Yes, those are different ways to connect. So let's talk about the 144,000 light beings that are here on this earth to assist the movement. That is a big thing that's going around right now, in, you know, in the spiritual world. Basically what that is that's celestials or people, you know, starseeds, you know, inhabiting human form, coming here to assist the earth, and also includes earth dwellers. So let's talk about earth dwellers to get an idea of that. So earth dwellers. Earth dwellers, this is just a term I'm using. There's different terms that you can use for this, but earth dwellers is basically people who have had lifetimes or a lifetime or whatever it is on this earth, but the earth is more like, this is their like home planet, in a way that this is what they know. They know the earth. Maybe they aren't starseeds. They aren't coming from different planets. Earth is their planet. Earth is their planet. However many lifetimes they've had here, Earth is their planet, and this is what they know. So the thing about earth dwellers, and this is really interesting, earth dwellers are people, so they can be light workers too. Here's to not get confused. So light workers is a term that is people, human form, bringing light in some way, shape, or form, however it is, whatever they're guided to, bring light onto the earth in order to assist in this transition. With that being said, earth dwellers are very earthly, right? They know the earth. They have a feel for the earth. They are great with plants, with the animals of the earth, with knowing the energies of the earth. So maybe they're not bringing down, but maybe they're not bringing, you know, the different Pleiadian energies, different higher vibrational energies to this earth, but they're bringing in that sacred aspect of the earth itself and the earth's energy and Gaia. So the 144,000 light workers who are here to assist in the change with this earth is celestial beings and earth dwellers who are a little more advanced. Advanced not in a positive negative way, because we're all going through, like, there's not one better than the other. So it's not one better than the other. There's no soul that's better than another soul. We're simply just learning different things, going through our own soul growth. We're all amazing, no matter what we're going through. Like us, I've had some really rough lifetimes, really rough, killing and just all kind of crazy stuff, okay? So not one soul is better than another. Some lifetimes that you spend can be just soul growth in aspects of stuff that maybe we don't want to think about right now. And then you have other lifetimes where you're volunteering for the poor and giving all you've got type thing. Although I don't necessarily recommend that. It's always heart-centered but aligned. As in balance. There's balance, not just giving everything. You also need to give to yourself. That's what I mean by that. So Dami asks, is it really only 144,000 light workers? No. The reason why I say no is because that's the number prophesized to really come, like, purpose of assisting this world in the transition. But everybody plays a part. Again, not one soul is better than the other. So when I say no, it's only because everybody plays a part. As in, even if they have this one person who's literally here learning about themselves, are they still playing a part even though like maybe they're not, their purpose isn't here to save the world? Does their part still matter? Does their life still matter? Yes. Maybe they're not assisting the world. Maybe they're just learning how to deal with this world in the first place. So the idea of the 144,000, the prophecy of 144,000 is the idea of bringing the purpose, their mission, their goal, whatever you want to call it, whatever feels good for you, is coming to this earth to assist this earth in the transition to the 5D. That's the idea of the 144,000. A lot of them being celestial beings inhabiting earthly bodies, right, or star seeds, whatever you want to call it. At the same time, it does include earth dwellers, which is bringing that combination. So you have the star seeds bringing all of the stuff from different places. That's why I said it's interesting to say, if you look at somebody, or say if there's somebody from who really has the qualities of Pleiades, or for example, I know this person who is here to bring in information about that the Arcturians are sharing with us. She's here to really assist in that part right now. It's bringing in that information, that healing, that knowledge. There's that, right? Then, and this is why I was saying it's interesting to see the qualities that you see in a person, if you have those abilities at this point, or if you're going to go into them, or if not, maybe that's just not part of your path because that's not part of your purpose. And that's okay. Then that's perfect. That means you have a different purpose if you don't see that and you're not, go in that direction. But that's why I was saying it could be fun to see, where they're coming from, because then you can also see what qualities they're going to be assisting in or can be assisting in. Okay? But at the same time, remember that just because you may see Arcturian qualities, say if I'm looking at someone and I see Arcturian qualities with this person, does it mean that's the only thing that they're going to bring in? No. And at the same time, why am I seeing, this is another side note, why am I seeing Arcturian qualities? Well, I'm seeing Arcturian qualities because it's opening up something within me. Maybe there's something I need to know about myself. Everything's a mirror image, and there's a reason why you're seeing one thing. Remember that too. So yeah, that's just a little tidbit. So, back to the idea is it really only 144,000 that have that purpose mission? Yes. To heal the world, yes. But does everybody play a part? Yes. In some way, shape, or form, yes. The vibration, Lily just said, the vibration in my room just shifted. Purple light came in. Hearing your guys just bless me. Yes, Lily, but there's also your guides too. And that's awesome. That is also awesome. And you already have you could already go into your heart and to get more information, which I'm getting that you're receiving that right now anyway. So yay. Okay. So now we talked about the 144,000. So you're going to be seeing that, a lot of it's coming up for a lot of people. That it's time. The 144,000 are basically here to assist the shifting. Here's the thing, guys, is that we're gonna see different things, and it's reiterations of how we're changing, of how this world is changing, right? So that's a reiteration of like, look, this has been prophesied, this is happening right now, this is a reminder, let's step into our purpose, let's do what we came here to do. Because if it was only said once, if it's only said once, right, then, oh yeah, that's me, I can assist, and then, we go about our everyday life, and then we don't see that much about it, then, we're going to kind of forget about it type thing. We're going to forget that we're being pushed in that direction to really step into our purpose, or listen to our heart's heart guided, right? Be heart guided, so that can push us in the direction that we need to go. So that's just another reiteration of, yes, we do, there's different proof of, yes, it's changing. This is the time. This is the time to step into your purpose, what you're brought here to do. Linda said, is this number 144,000 taken from the Bible, or does this show up in any other non-biblical places? Emerald tablets, I believe. Yeah, emerald tablets, it was in that too. So it's not just biblical, it's also been showed. I believe there's also Native American tribes that have brought this up. Don't quote me on that one. Yes, Aztecs brought it up. This is the information I'm getting right now. Aztecs brought it up. That's what's coming up right now. So yes, it's other non-biblical places too. Okay, so with that being said, this is a huge time because of everything. There's a little tidbit that I do feel to bring up right now. The idea that the light workers are bringing all this light and it's getting rid of the darkness, right? It's getting rid of the darkness. So I've been seeing some extremes in social media about lightness, darkness. If you haven't seen the Tuesday live training of debunking light versus dark, or light versus darkness, or whatever it is, in the unit section, you can go into the Tuesday live trainings and watch that. And you haven't seen that yet, I do suggest you looking at that, because there's a lot of what's coming up is like the darkness of like letting go of all the darkness. But this will shed some light on that the darkness is not necessarily negative. It's not bad. It's just showing us a different way to learn. So check that out if you haven't looked at that, because again, there's a lot of social media things coming in with that heaviness of that darkness is so horrible, that we're the light, that we're here to save the world, and all of that. Check out that Tuesday live training to help see a little bit more balance with that. And guys, remember, take what resonates with you, leave the rest. Jan said that the 144,000 light workers have been predicted by Revelations, the Emerald Tablets, Ashtar Command. I did see that. Native Americans, many others. Sananda. Awesome. So yeah. Check out what Jan said. That's giving some more light with that. So thank you, Jen, for that. So let's go into what it is with the humans on Earth, the celestials on Earth, right? The humans on Earth, the celestial beings inhabiting the earthly form, starseeds, if you want to call them that. Well, the thing is that this time is huge for us. It's huge, right? It's a time to step out, and I've talked about this. It's a time to step into your power, all of that good stuff. I'm not going to go necessarily into that because I've talked about it so much. I'm sure I'm going to talk about it later. But a big thing about this is also it's huge for us, not because it's time now for us to, own $1 million companies and soar to the top in more egotistical ways, but rather soar to the top in which way we're supposed to be, what feels good for our hearts, what we want to create for ourselves, okay? This is huge time for us. This is a time where we can really step out and stop hiding, okay? This is the perfect time. This is why of course, we're being, urged to, but this is why we really want to step into our purpose and that path to the purpose and really listen to the hearts. Another thing with that is that we don't, for example, we have gone, so celestial beings came to this earth inhabiting human form so that we can experience, right? So that we can experience the earth and how it is. Why is this important? It's important because say if, we had just people, celestial beings coming and assisting in the spiritual form, but no celestial beings on this earth living it, it's harder to learn. We learn from other people experiencing what we go through, right? So many of us light workers have gone through all this, excuse my language, shit in our past or our past and present, so that we can learn what it is that other earth dwellers, other people from this earth, just the mass majority in general, right? What they've gone through, so that we can show them, look, this is what I went through, right? This is what I experienced. It was hard, but I did it. I overcame it. This gives hope to the mass majority. This gives hope to the mass majority, because then they can see from experience, oh, there's other people that have gone through what I've gone through. It's possible to come out of this. It's possible to change. It's possible to live your best life. So yes, we can go through a lot of shit, but we're also leading by example. So yes, we think it's amazing, right? That we can bring in, all these different energies. We can heal with these different energies, like Pleiadian energies, angelic energies, all of that stuff, really being a vessel for that light, for that energy. But you want to know what the biggest change is? Leading by example. So you want to know why we have to go through this stuff, why we have to realize and see everything that we're going through, so that we can lead by example. That is the best way, hands down, for people to change. Yes, does the other stuff really help? Yeah, right? You're stuck and you get some angelic healing in there and boom, it feels a lot better. Yes, but if we're not making those small changes and have that hope that we can change individually, like say as a an earth dweller, or like basically someone who lives on this earth that's not very awoke right now, they're going through their own stuff. Cool, like angelic energy can help, but are they going to change? No. But can they change if they see other people do it, and that those other people can assist them? Just even just leading by example, that they know it's possible. That is the biggest change. The biggest change. So it's so important for us to face our own stuff, so that we can be that big change just by setting an example. We don't have to force people. We can just say experiences. Why do we feel so compelled to speak? Why do we feel so compelled and push to stand in who we are, to express ourselves, to tell our stories? Because that's what makes change. That is exactly what makes change. Because someone else can look at it and say, wow, she went through that and it's similar to my experience. Maybe there's hope and I can do this too. So that is huge. Okay, huge. So of course, yeah, we can bring the light and the healing and all of that, but the biggest thing is leading by example. And then on top of that, hey, we can, if you are an energy worker, right, you can help assist with the energies. If you are, great with plants, animals, whatever you're working with in the physical aspect, like that's amazing. You can bring that to the table, whatever it is. But we also want to lead by example. Yeah, so Jan said, one of those you went through it and made it and grew now. You can help others in different ways. Exactly. Cool. So the last thing that, and I kind of already said this too, that I wanted to talk about was with this change, right? With what we're changing in the world, they have the light workers, or I'll say not light workers, celestial beings inhabiting human form, star seeds, whatever you want to call them. Here, you have earth dwellers here, so people that are native souls to the earth. These earth celestial beings bringing, the higher vibrations, different energies to help assist. You have the more advanced earth souls, native earth souls, earth dwellers, whatever you want to call them, assisting in breathing the earthly trainings and teachings, enmeshing that, right? When I say enmeshing, that is like bringing both of those to the world itself. That's what is I want to say best. That's what can really assist the world the most, okay? So remember, whatever you're here to bring to the table is amazing. It's amazing because it helps assist the world. So that is, and that was actually a lot of information in one thing. So that is the end of this training. What we went through is, what celestial beings are, what celestial beings inhabiting human form, the fact that celestial beings that are inhabiting human forms can be from many different places, how we're assisting, right? That depends on your path and your purpose, so I can't be specific about that necessarily, but in general, celestial beings inhabiting human form, or star seeds, we can also assist in bringing those higher vibrational energies, the higher vibrational knowledge, the light codes, working with different colors. That just came up because somebody in here works with colors. Different ways. Working with different plants and species from different places, right? So the interesting thing, and I'm getting this for somebody else too in here, is that we can work with the plants and animals here, which have major effects, and it is really important because it's the energy of Gaia, right? And we can also bring in the knowledge of different celestial planets, star systems, right? Wherever it is, the knowledge from there, and work with the plants here with that knowledge, combining the two. I don't know who I just brought that in for, but it's for somebody in here. Oh, I do now. I know who that I brought that in for, and you already know who you are. Okay. So how celestials are assisting the earth. The last thing is celestial beings in human form versus earth dwellers. Again, these are the native souls on this earth, and they really can bring in the Gaia energy, the working with plants, animals, how to restore the earth, all of that. And these are more the advanced, more awakened beings. So that is the tidbit of Donna said, I do too. Carrie said yes. Nice, guys. This is what happens when you build community. You already know. So guys, that is the last bit of this training. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to type in here if you do want for me to see it, tag me in it. Thank you guys for coming for today's informational trainings. For those of you that are new, of course, some of the trainings may have meditations in it. Some can be very informational. The informational is just as important as any meditations and healings, because we also need the knowledge base in order to understand and grow, because that is part of the process, right? Is the knowledge and understanding and growth. Sheena said, oh, you should see the new plan I got. It was like Little Shop of Horror Story. I'll ask you about that later, Sheena. I love that. Thank you guys so much. Good night, everybody, and I will continue. I'll talk to everybody in divine timing. If anybody is interested in Lightworkers Acceleration Program, reach out to me. I'm only saying this because I feel to say this right now. Other than that, have a good time. Have a good night, and talk to everybody soon. Bye, guys.